My name is Dwayne Cartwright, President and CEO of Berkeley Electric Cooperative. I would like to take this moment to assure our members that we are making preparation for the upcoming winter storm. Our crews will be prepared and ready in the event that we sustain damage from the coming possible ice storm.
Officials here at Berkeley Electric are really optimistic that this storm will not be as bad as far as power outages.
As of this morning, with the weather outlook and reports, we have the possibility of an ice storm coming our way. What we're doing at the present time is making certain that we're prepared for this. Although the storm looks like it will trend north of us, we've contacted our crew leaders. The VP of Operations and Engineering is making preparation. We're going to bring the trucks in early afternoon, get the trucks cleaned up, get our guys ready, monitor the weather, make certain that it continues to track the way it is, possibly send the guys home early in the event that we perceive that will be some outages later on this evening.
Specifically here in the Low Country, but these trucks here in the garage, they are ready to go. They are gassed up. Everyone at Berkeley Electric is on call. They may not be going to the Low Country. They may be headed to the Columbia area, maybe to the upstate. Basically, wherever they are needed, they are ready to go.
Conditions out there have got real tough. We expected the storm to go north, but it hasn't. Cold weather kind of beat the rain, so we're having a lot of icing. The ice load's building up to the point that it's very dangerous for some of our folks to even be out there. A lot of softwoods, it just sounds like a war zone. Trees are breaking off, snapping, and just popping. Just a continuation of popping going on as these trees fall. Very difficult to work lines at this time. You put it up and then go a few feet, and right behind you, tree falls someplace else. So it's tough. We're going to have to kind of hunker down and do what we can right now, and hopefully the storm will pass and we can get some relief.
I got out on the road and talked with some of our members in that area. They told me it sounded like guns were going off. They could hear pow, pow, pow. You know, trees snapping and popping, and that kind of helped you because they knew what we were dealing with.
The storm comes through Tuesday evening. We were expecting it to pass us, not to be quite as bad. We started having outages at 7 o'clock, and then it started falling apart. By 1 o'clock Wednesday, we found that we were going to need help. So our staff started looking out for mutual aid, and now today we find ourselves up to our elbows in storms.
The storm we have now is a little bit worse than the one we had 2 weeks ago. The one we had, this storm was taking us a lot longer to restore all the power. The ice was a lot more inland. It took out a lot more trees, done a lot more damage.
It's the same type of damage that you see in any ice storm. In the past, everything's been just ACSR broken. We haven't had many broken poles. I heard that Moats Corner got the most damage and had a significant amount of poles broken. But it was the same type of damage, just on a larger scale.
Guys are performing well. They've been working around the clock. We're going to be going well into the weekend with this storm. We have some of our members that are already concerned about when we're going to get the power on. And it's very difficult to give a time or a date right now because we're still in the middle of the storm. So that we're going to be working around the clock. We are moving to 36 hours. We've allowed the guys to work that long. Now we're going back to 16-hour days. With the new crews coming in, we're going to be cycling our folks with them so they can work together. We're monitoring the maps, and they're going to start on the circuit, start working out. My in-house folks from the call center taking a tremendous amount of calls.
I know that You can sit on hold for 20, 30 minutes easily with an outage like this.
Members was a little bit upset because, you know, it was taking them so long to get through.
To the point that its phones are basically overflooded, but we will answer those calls as they come in, and we're going to have about 250 to 300 outside folks here probably by morning, and making certain that we have lodging for them, that we have food for them, that we have lunches, that we've made preparation for their laundry. It's all kind of falling in place right now. So we're in full storm mode, and we just hopefully we'll start making some very positive progress here. It's getting to long hours are working on us too. So.
I've been without power for 5 days. And so we really started getting frustrated after 2 or 3 days.
I was out of power now Wednesday, last week Wednesday.
Okay.
9:50 a.m. in the morning, okay. And now it's going into 6th day. And I'm not killing the crew. I know they're working around the clock and doing the best they can.
It's a dramatic storm. It's tore up a lot of stuff, and it messed a lot of people up.
We're in day 6 of the storm. We've got through the weekend. We've been working around the clock. We're starting to see a lot of fatigue in our folks.
I think everybody's bent over backwards, and everybody's worn down and a little ragged. But we sacrificed a lot. We know the consumers have, and we hate going to bed at night knowing that there's people out of light. So we're back out here bright and early in the morning if we're not working all night to get it back on. So.
Basically just non-stop work in and out the truck.
It's been pretty intense. I have a 9-year-old boy. He's diagnosed with autism, but he knows how to read, write, does everything well. But I love to be by his side and do everything that I can to help provide for him. And it takes a toll after a while. You start getting a lot of wear down. But after you figure that your job is out here to restore power, it makes you feel better that you can bring power on back to the family.
I'm glad to be out here working with my guys, and I appreciate all the other co-ops and contractors that have come and helped us. They were a sight for sore eyes when they got here.
We are currently working on providing lunches for our linemen out in the field. We are currently making 500 lunches, and the purpose of that is so that our linemen do not have to stop while they're working to provide power for our members.
We've been feeding about 420 employees on the average each day, with having to organize and to actually see everything that takes place and all the coordination it takes to make sure that the linemen are taken care of and get what they need to get the lights back on.
Presently we're down to 1,519 members that are out. These are going to be the hard ones, those that are on the long taps, those in the difficult places, some of the swamp grounds.
We're just trying to get these old poles replaced. We had 7 poles through here that was down. Trying to get these poles replaced, and obviously we got to use this track machines in the wet conditions. Can't get trucks in here, so we have to use flex tracks and Argos to get the new wire pulled in and get the new poles set.
I also have folks that's been out, haven't been home. I have employees that still don't have power, and this is where it gets a little testy, but we're going to get through it, and we're still working together.
Well, it's always tough being away from your family, and you do what you got to do to get it done. Why she teaches school, she understands, and she fully supports me being here. I see her when I can. I call her. I run to the house, get a quick shower, run back up here, sleep in the office, but that's what it takes.
Tempers are starting to flare with some of our members, and we understand being out of power for 6 days, how difficult that is.
At first the calls were just letting us know they were out, wanting to confirm that we knew they were out. As the days have gone by, it's gotten a little more hostile, the phone calls have.
It's been kind of rough without power, not having all the luxuries, you know, such as heat and stuff like that. It's not bad. We got most of the luxuries, you know, that we need, but it's not anything like walking there and, you know, flipping on a switch.
Even the workers that came from Berkeley, they said there's some from Indiana, some Ohio. I said that was good. You know, everybody cooperate together. That's what we're here for, to help one another, you know?
So it was ironic, the people that experienced the worst damage and were out for the longest were actually the nicest and most gracious, because they knew what we were dealing with. You know, they could see it, they could hear it.
The largest obstacle we've had in this outage so far has been the number of trees and the limbs to the right-of-ways that have fallen on the lines. And that's the big obstacle, to go through and get the trees out of the way. We have to send our right-of-way crews in.
The peak that I saw, and we monitor that real closely, was just over 40,000 at any one time, 40,000 members. When you consider people going out, being put back on, going out again, we've had estimates over twice that, up to 80,000.
We're going to get everybody on. We won't stop working until everyone's on, and we're going to continue the round-the-clock work until everyone's on. Okay, today we're in cleanup mode. We've allowed our folks some time to rest. We're going to be shutting down on a Friday and then back to work on Monday. We have everybody restored that we could restore, and now we're just looking at the system overall, making certain we have no safety issues that's left out there. And then Monday we will hit the road running as far as cleanup, debris, tagging some of the poles that need to be changed out, checking sag, and again just assuring that our repairs have been done in a safe way, and also reviewing the system, make certain that it's all intact, that we haven't missed anything. If we go back 2 weeks prior to this storm hitting, we had a small ice storm that hit us along the coast, and we were in recovery mode from that event. We were hit with this storm, which come across our system, the northern part of our system. As far as our personnel, our crews working, they've added a notch to their belt. They've experienced a major storm. They know what it's like to work long hours, hard hours, and they know what it's like to work in the weather. So the bad side of it is we've had a lot of outages. The good side is we're learning from this storm. We did a great job. We can continue to do better as we go back and we look at what we did, how we did it, and the ways to improve what we've done and accomplished.
The blend of young and old, combined with everybody working together, the team effort was just incredible. I would call it a warrior effort.